students. In today's session, let us learn about human population and its act. Take a minute and think of people that you interact with in a day. It includes family, friends, co-workers and strangers. A population is often defined as a group of individuals of same species that inhabit the same area at a given time. Therefore, all the people that you encounter in a day are a part of population. On larger scale, all people on earth makes human population. As in 2011, human population reached 7 billions. Around 10,000 years ago, before the invention of agriculture, it was estimated that human population was only few millions for a while. After the invention of agriculture, human population began to grow slowly. With increase in technology and medical advances, human population reached 3 million in 1960. Since then, it is increasing drastically. This dramatic increase in population size over a relatively short period of time is called population explosion. According to population clock, for every second on an average 4 to 5 children are born and 2 people die. Thus, we are growing nearly 2 to 3 people for every second. As a result, human population is growing by 9,000 people per hour and 21,400 people per day. Some of the important factors that can influence population size are natality and mortality. Natality is defined as number of individuals added to the population over a period of time due to reproduction. There is lot difference between natality rate and mortality rate. Natality rate is number of births per thousand of individuals per year. It will increase the population size and density. Mortality is defined as the rate at which individuals in population die. Mortality rate is number of deaths per thousand individual per year. It will decrease the population size and density. Other factors include emigration. It is defined as movement of individuals out of the population. It is permanent, they settle somewhere else. It will decrease population size, but this leads to population diversity. Immigration is the movement of people into a destination country to which they are not native or do not possess its citizenship in order to settle or reside. Emigration and immigration leads to dispersal of population. This kind of movement of population is for food, space, employment and protection. Human population and carrying capacity. Before we understand the effect of human population over Earth's carrying capacity, let's define carrying capacity. The carrying capacity is the maximum population size of species that an environment can support. It is also called maximum carry support. In population biology, it is defined as environment's maximal load. Humans as complex species have increased carrying capacity of human environment with the application of latest science and technology. We have developed technology to grow, process and store food so that we can survive the bad years. We have also developed technologies for handling waste that we create. Population size is increasing exponentially. It cannot continue indefinitely. Once it exceeds the carrying capacity, which most of the scientists predict to happen in 2050, then no longer life can sustain and the environment is completely destroyed. Environment is made of 3 components. 1. Production system includes crop plant like cereals, fiber, fruit and vegetables. 2. Protection system includes forest, mountain ranges, oceans that buffer air, water cycle and moderates extremes in temperature. 3. Waste assimilation system like waterways and wetlands that assimilates the waste generated due to human activities. Environment and health. Developing nation like India contain the majority of world's population. There is larger rural population shifting to thickly populated urban areas in search of material wealth. Typically, urban area produce little food, consumes more natural resources and generates more waste products. per capita than rural area. In most cases, urban wastes are hazardous and contaminate the environment with the compounds that are less naturally degraded like xenobiotics. Increasing population also puts great pressure on agriculture to produce more food on less land, leading to intense agricultural practices. Thus, huge population pressurizes and degrade the environment physically, chemically, biologically and even ethically. The changes in human environment have increased incidence of many infectious diseases. Such changes include socio-economic, cultural changes leading to stress of many kinds on human health. Increasing population, expanding city and industries have all changed human environment and have become paradise for infectious agents. Infectious diseases. Many infectious diseases have re-emerged with vengeance. The loss of control over diseases such as malaria and tuberculosis have led to the return of these diseases after being kept under stringent control over decades. Some diseases which were not known earlier seem to have suddenly hit our health, like acquired immunodeficiency syndrome and severe acute respiratory syndrome, commonly known as AIDS and SARS. Infectious diseases were effectively treated with antibiotics for decades, but during natural evolutionary process, pathogen has undergone mutations, creating new genetically modified strain showing resistance to antibiotics like superbugs. Other reasons for re-emergence of diseases are overcrowding due to the formation of slums in urban areas, poor sanitation, garbage maintenance and poor drinking water. Now, let us study few infectious diseases, transmission, symptoms, prevention and treatment. HIV or AIDS. This is viral disease caused by human immunodeficiency virus. It was first reported in Hatay, USA in 1981. In India, AIDS was first reported in 1989 among prostitutes in Chennai. This disease cripples immune system so that patient is unable to defend himself against infections and is highly prone for diseases. What is the source of HIV? HIV is present in high load in biological fluids like blood, semen, cerebrospinal fluids of HIV positive patient. Transmission of virus from infected person to healthy person is through blood transfusion and organ transplantation, unprotected sexual contact with infected person, use of contaminated needle, blade, razor, etc., from infected mother to fetus through placenta, breastfeeding from infected mother to baby. Recent research has proved that deep kissing where saliva is exchanged can cause infection. However, AIDS does not spread through physical contact, carrying infected person, sharing meals, mosquito bites, hugging, etc. The major symptoms of AIDS are swollen lymph, regular fever, sweating at night and weight loss. Severe damage to brain which may lead to memory loss. Decreased count of blood platelets. AIDS patient become susceptible to several diseases and full blown AIDS patient dies within 3 years. Diagnosis. AIDS patient produce anti-HIV antibodies against HIV in their blood, which can be detected by ELISA test. A positive ELISA is confirmed by Western blot test. Disease can be prevented by educating people about the following: use of disposal needles and syringe, screening of blood or organ used for transfusion and transplantation, avoiding sexual contact with unknown people or multi-partners, Avoid use of common razor. Though there is no effective treatment for AIDS till date, however, the life of patients can be prolonged through antiviral therapy and immunostimulation therapy to increase the immunity of patients. Hope you have got a good insight on human population. Until we meet again, bye.